Good morning, everyone. Because you are here at Living in Light Church, if you didn't know it. So thank you for coming. I am Reverend Robert Ingold, and I will be chairing the service for today. Yes?
And there's plenty of light here today.
There's plenty of light.
Sorry, that must be ridiculous.
Yeah. So if you have a phone, you probably want to put it on silent so that it doesn't interrupt us. I'm using my phone to do the live streaming service, and I have to put it on silent because my family's sending messages back and forth all the time. They're doing it now. So we have coffee, we have bottled water, we have tea. So help yourselves if you would like to have some. Also, we have books in the back because every 2 weeks when we come here, I bring a new selection of books to put up there. So you're free to check them out for $1, and you can keep them for up to 6 months. It's like the library doesn't do that. So let us now stand, and we'll be singing the opening hymn. And please remain standing afterwards for the invocation. And we are going to be doing on page 155 of the hymnals, In the Garden. So, 155. Whoop. There it is. In the Garden. Okay? That's not the right one. I thought it was a little odd. 155. That's it. That's the one. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and it tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with him, though the night around me be falling, when the bids me go, and the voice of woe, his voice to me is calling. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, in the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Infinite Spirit, we come together to brighten our own spiritual lights in your presence. We thank thee for the opportunities to learn our life lessons for a better understanding of unconditional love. We abide by the laws of nature and recognize their value.
We understand the quest for spirituality may not be easy, but it is worthwhile. We thank you for providing a place for us to learn. We thank you for providing companions along the way. Amen.
Amen.
You may now be seated. Thank you. We will now be reciting the principles, the Declaration of Principles, which are in your hymnal on the first page or first cover. I think it's the inside cover. So we'll do these together, starting with number 1. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through leadership. We will now commence with the spiritual healing service. Sandy, would you like to chair that? I see the healing book's already up here.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning, Sandy.
We're now going to begin the healing service. We have a healing book for those who are unable to attend services. And if you know of someone who could use a healing, but they can't do so, please add their name to the list. And I have moved the book up here already. We'll be singing the healing hymn and then the healing prayer. And I will ask the spiritual healers to station themselves at the healing chairs and invite those of you who wish to receive a personal healing. If you have trouble getting out of your chair, please raise your hand and one of our healers will come to you. Please be aware that healing is working with energy provided by spirits who have chosen these healing mediums to send their spiritual energy through. Avery and Sandra are student healers, and they need affidavits to become certified. And now,
She forgot.
we're going to recite the healing prayer. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. And now we're going to either recite or sing the healing hymn. It's hymn number 109, verses 1 and 2. You ready?
to thee, since 'tis thy love that healeth me.
The spiritual healers will now take their place behind the healing chairs, and they're open now for those who wish to receive a hands-on healing. Our healers will ask your permission for the laying on of hands and will only touch your shoulders. If you don't feel comfortable with this, just say so, and the healer will adjust themselves and make no contact. Hands are the focal point of energy coming from spirit. And from the the healer's hands, the healing comes. Please be mindful of this gift being shared and think of yourselves as being restored by this action. And now we're going to have a short meditation. Surround yourself with white light. Let it cocoon you in a gentle glow, billowing glow. Feel its warmth against your body. Now surround yourself with gold light and let that come over the white light. Begin to breathe deeply. Charge yourself with the spirit, with the power of spirituality. Feel that you are opening up the top of your head. Feel you are relaxing. This energy is coming through the top of your head, and it's slowly coming down. You could feel it on your face, and now on your shoulders. Let it encompass and heal you. Notice the feeling of strength and the feeling of no fear and no anxiety. Breathe in and out. And as you breathe in love and patience and healing. And as you breathe out, let all the cares of the day and the body go with this exhalation. Feel this energy from the heat coming all the way down your back, through your legs and to your ankles. You're now encompassed in a golden liquid feeling of light and peace. Nothing can disturb you. Nothing bothers you. I want you to feel the color blue. Blue is peaceful and tranquil and calming. Now, have a grass green light and bring it down to the center of yourself, right where all the chakras are, the pituitary, the thyroid, the pancreas, the reproductive systems. Feel you're going down on an escalator and you're getting even deeper and deeper. As we go down this escalator, I'm going to count from 10 to 0. 10, 9, nothing's disturbing you. God's consciousness is growing and spirit is moving within you. 6, your body is well. 5, your breathing is regular. 4, the good within you has grown large. 3, 2, 1. You're going to get off the elevator and you open the doors. And as you get out of these doors, you're going to walk into a beautiful blue room. You stand in a circle and you're very aware that there is a gurney or a couch on it. You lie down, looking up at the beautiful stained glass. And you see all of these colors begin to circulate and blend into one beautiful wave of colors. You can see all the flecks of colors that's coming down. See this forming a vortex into your body. And these colors are circulating throughout your body. For anyone that is ill, you can put them in the lab to do the same that you're doing for yourself today. You can come back to this room at any time and enjoy the peace and quiet, tranquility, and the beautiful golden lights and different color lights that are above you. You may feel you are alone, but you're never alone. Spirit is constantly with you. Spirit never stops loving you and permeates every cell. Say to yourself now, I am healed. I am healed. I am healed. I am whole, I am positive, and I am loving. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. This is the healing lab where you can make yourself well. And now, get off the table and go to the door. As you walk through the door, we're going to find your way back to your home, to your body. And as I count from 10 to 1, you're going to slowly move back into your body. 10, 9, 8. You're halfway there. You're nearly halfway there. 7, 6, 5. Taking deep breaths, bringing the air of life back into your body. 4, 3, 2. You're opening your eyes and you're feeling comfortable and relaxed. You're looking around you. 1, 1, 1. You're all the way back in your body and it feels great. You know that you've had healing energy flowing through you. And now, let us take this energy that has been developed by each and every one of us in this room and move it into the center of the room. From here, we're going to send this energy out to each and every name that is on the healing list and to the community and to the world. You can tell winter is coming. We have a lot of names on our list. Now the energy that we generated here is going to be sent to each and every person on this list. See them whole and healthy and have their lives in line with what they have decided to do with their lives. Send this energy out to all who are in trouble and pain. We also send this energy out to Mother Earth, who is also in need of healing from all the things that are happening to her. And now, I bring this session to a close, and I want to thank you for healing and also for attending the service. So thank you very much. The healers are dismissed.
Thank you, Sandy. For those of you that are watching us on video. It's like we have 2 chairs over to the right for healing. We do hands-on healing there. And for their privacy, we don't have the camera aimed at them. I'm going to announce a speaker for today, which is our minister in training, Avery Babon, and he's going to be talking to us today about animals. But before we do, we're going to be singing a hymn, The Beautiful Isle of Somewhere, which is on page 28 of your hymnal books. Yeah, we're singing all 3 verses. Somewhere the sun is shining, somewhere the songbirds dwell. Hush then thy sad repining, God lives and all is well. Somewhere, somewhere, beautiful isle of somewhere, land of the truth where we live anew, beautiful isle of somewhere, somewhere the day is longer, somewhere the task is done, somewhere the heart is stronger, somewhere the burden won. Somewhere, somewhere, beautiful isle of somewhere, land of the truth where we live anew, beautiful isle of somewhere, somewhere the load is lifted, close by an open gate, somewhere the clouds are lifted, somewhere the angels wait, somewhere, somewhere, beautiful isle of somewhere, land of the truth where we live anew, beautiful isle of somewhere. In the lyrics, they have a word "guerdon," where the guerdon is one. And I was thinking, what's a guerdon? I didn't know what that was. So somebody had to explain it to me. Back in the Roman days, they had these staffs with the symbol mounted at the top of it. So you've probably seen it in movies. That is a guerdon. So if you didn't know that before, you learned something today.
I was always wondering what that was myself.
Okay. Symbol of what? It's a guerdon, so it has a symbol like an eagle or something like that. I think it was an eagle for the Romans.
No, that shows which division they belong to.
Oh, that's even more.
Yeah, because like our armies have 1st and 2nd and 3rd division and
Right,
one.
right.
Well, those soldiers knew that they belonged to that eagle.
Okay.
They had to get back there.
Yes.
They started disappearing, they run.
So that was like a banner for their troops. Okay. Yeah.
Nonverbal communication.
Yes. You knew where to line up behind. So I'm going to bring up Avery Babon here, and he's going to give his talk. So.
Good morning, family. My name is Avery Babon, minister in training. Everybody knows me by now, right? It's an honor to be with you guys. Honor to speak today. Today, my topic is going to be on my favorite. I'm going to be talking about cats, dogs, and other critters. So throughout history, we have made assumptions about animals that are not actually true. They are dumb, simple-minded creatures who need out help. We think we understand how they work, but here are some examples. A dog trainer way back in 1930 said that dogs only see in black and white. This myth has been accepted up to today, and it is not exactly true. Dogs can see some color, mostly in blues and in yellows. Dogs age 7 years to our 1. Actually, dogs age at a variable rate. In their first year, they age up to about 15 years compared to about 1. And then that rate slows down throughout the rest of their lives. Healers of the 4th century in Rome, and even in the earlier times in Egypt, used dogs to lick people's wounds. Did you guys know that? And it actually heals. This has promoted the ideas that dog saliva can actually heal. If you have studied the Morris Pratt course, which I have, on healing, Asclepius is noted that the forefather of medicine. Illustrations of the great Greek healer, oftentimes there was a dog present in the art that appears to corroborate the connection between dogs and healing. It is a very known fact, by the way, that when you're very stressed out, you can actually go up to a dog and pet it, and your stress levels, your blood pressure will actually go down. Dog saliva does have some proteins that actually prevent infection, but dog mouths also contain a lot of germs that can offset those benefits. When you see a dog wagging its tail, that means it's happy, but that is not always the case. A low wagging tail usually means fear. A high wagging tail means overexcitement or even exaggeration. Now, cats have been our companions for over 10,000 years. And they don't need as much attention as dogs do. However, they do need attention from time to time. When a cat exposes its belly, that means that it's comfortable, but it does not always usually mean it's an invitation for you to scratch its belly. Some years back, a friend and I had rented kayaks at the beginning of our journey. Oh, sorry about that. I went a little before. Some years back, a friend and I had rented kayaks and went up to Elkhorn Slough at M.I.T's Beach. The rental company told us not to get too close to any animals. At the beginning of our journey, we passed a group of seals, one of my favorite animals. Oh my God, I love these animals. They're like sea dogs. God, I love these animals. I wanted to pet it, right? That's one thing I wanted to do. And we were asked to make sure we keep our distance, about 50 to 100 yards, right? Or 50 to 100 feet. Then without warning, a seal lunged itself out of the water and breached not more than 10 feet away. Oh my God. I thought it was at SeaWorld with a front row seat. This appears to be a natural behavior, and he must have been used to seeing kayakers. Was he showing off? It felt like he was kind of showing off. I learned that seals are playful and curious, and he was just trying to get a better look at us. Here was proof that animals think for themselves just like human beings. But I will forewarn you, never try to pet a seal, because they will bite. As cute as they are, they will bite you if you try to pet them. Has your pet ever destroyed things of yours? Perhaps your favorite book, plant, maybe your homework even? You ever try to go to work or your school and you said, yeah, I did my homework, but my dog ate my homework. Well, anyways, I wish I had something to show and tell, but when you discover what has happened, the initial reaction is disappointment and even anger towards your pet, but then you look at it and you go and you want to pet and snuggle up with them as if nothing has ever happened. Our relationship with God or the infinite intelligence is much the same way. We sometimes do things that are not on the spiritual path, right? Others may judge us, but the infinite never does. We may do things that are not smart, but infinite intelligence never judges us for doing these things. What it is that we have done, it is no more than a learning experience. And all we have to do is readjust ourselves. Whatever wrong we have done may harm our relationship with the rest of our for the rest of our lives. But when this life is ended and we return to the other dimension, we find that those issues are not permanent. Infinite intelligence forgives us. Whatever walls goes up in the life we come back. Sorry, excuse me, I'm reading too fast here. I apologize. Whatever walls go up in life will come back down at some point. In life, we make these things out to be bigger than they are. Human nature, right? Every human being, we always make things out to be worse than they really are. Animals can give us emotions or motivation, such as in a story by Joy Pittner from the publication All God's Creatures. Joy's children begged their mom to get baby chicks that they could raise by the homeowners association. But the homeowners association does not allow the raising of chickens. Joy decided that they would get the chickens and try to persuade the association. But after 12 weeks, when the chicks became chickens, if the association says no, they would have to get rid of the birds. Can you imagine falling in love with these beautiful things? The children were thrilled with the chicks that they got. And then they let them sleep in their arms or laps. They learned of their different personalities and watched them explore the outside for the very first time. By the 12th week, the association was unmoved, and the family was forced to get rid of the birds. Oh, God, how painful is that? What was the life lesson here? How had this experience changed their lives? It turns out that once one door was closed, another opened. The family saw the unhappiness they had to endure because of rules. And so with their eyes now opened, they moved out of the country where they could own the chickens they had wanted, you see? So instead of staying there, they moved somewhere else. You see how that pain that one had to endure made them see what they needed to change in their own lives? We have a number of sad tales in our own lives, but that doesn't mean that they are there just to spite us. It may feel like that. There is reasoning behind these associations that we don't understand. But in time will be revealed either here or in the afterlife. What I've learned through watching some videos on YouTube about the afterlife is that you learn that some of the experiences you have here, you learn in the afterlife. Lions and elephants aren't known for getting along, but there was a picture that made a photo of the year of an elephant and lioness walking side by side across the savannah in Africa. A lioness was walking with its cub, but the heat of the day was getting to be too much for the cub. A nearby elephant realized there was something wrong with that cub. It wasn't walking right. Somehow the elephant managed to cradle the cub with his trunk and carried it to a watering hole with its mother walking outside. It was at this moment that the father took a picture. And as a matter of fact, here is that photo right here to show you guys the evidence. How beautiful is that? And I'll put this right here, so if you guys want to take a look at that. It was at this very moment we tend to think of wild animals as just surviving, but killing. But here is a demonstration of compassion we don't usually attribute to animals. They are God's creatures along with the rest of us. One last story that has to do with a goose. James, a police officer of the Cincinnati Police Department, was sitting in his patrol car with a goose when a goose came up to his car, started pecking at the side of his car. The officer thought it was food, or wanted food, and so threw some scraps out the window. But the goose wasn't actually hungry. The goose then walked away and turned to see James was still in his car. So he came back and tapped at the side of the car again, and then walked away. It dawned on James that the goose wanted him to follow it. So he got out of the car and did just that. The goose led him into a grassy park near a creek where the officer discovered a baby goose who was tangled in some string and struggling to get free. Worried that the mother goose might attack if he tried to help, he called for the SPCA, but they were not available. Fellow officer Cecilia stepped in to help and worked to unravel the baby while the mother looked on, not interfering. Once the baby goose was free, Cecilia put it down, and both mother and baby went back into the creek. So you see, animals can communicate with us. What made the goose come up to the humans for help? What motivated an elephant to help out a lion cub? Clearly, there is an intelligence going on with an animal's mind that we don't yet comprehend. Some psychics have the ability to communicate with animals, and there is an intelligence that is as detailed as with us humans. So do not be so quick to judge an animal as being dumb, because they're not. For when we do that, we are demonstrating our own ignorance, because animals and humans are equally as smart. Thank you, family. I love you all so very much, and I inspire each and every one of you when you see an animal out there. I don't know where I was going with that, but there you go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't call it dumb.
Don't call it dumb.
Yeah.
Realize that they are smarter than anything. And before you decide to pet it, think before you do that. All right, that's the end of my speech. I hope you were all able to follow along with me.
Thank you, Avery.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was good, Eric. Don't assume an animal is dumb. I like that. And now we're going to move on to the love offering. So, we would appreciate it if you could give us a little bit of your money so that we can keep this church going.
Think of the animals.
Yes. Hey, you going to handle that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Charles.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, sure.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I really like that last story. Yeah. So these are going towards expenses the church incurs, and it's taking care of it. And in fact, we're adding a service. This is going on YouTube, but you have to have a premium service in order to download and edit the videos, and so we're going to buy that, so that'll be part of our expenses.
Oh wow, Angel put the money in. Oh my
I did.
goodness.
I did.
Oh wow.
See?
They are smart.
They are.
Who's driving the fire truck? You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, the whole nation. Infinite Spirit, in the spirit of unconditional love, we give thanks to the generous gifts that we have received this day. This offering will work to ensure that we continue to gather in your name. May these supporters also receive abundance in their lives. We ask that you bless this gift, this congregation, and this church. Let it blossom as the sunflowers do so well. Amen. So I have a few announcements. I have a flyer that's in the back. Feel free to take one to remind us that we're going to be having a Christmas potluck. And it's going to be on the 17th, December 17th. So we have one more service before that one. So I thought these look kind of nice. So we're looking for people to bring some food item. It could be a salad, a side dish. I think when we get to the next service, we'll actually decide what main dishes. Oh yeah, we'll have a list so that we'll know what food's coming. Because like, if everybody brings a salad, that's not going to do too good. Yes.
You're gonna bring angel eggs.
Angel eggs.
The opposite of devil eggs.
Oh, you're going to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm actually thinking of bringing a lasagna, a homemade lasagna. So I got a good recipe for that. It's like you can go to Stouffer's and get one, but no, the homemade stuff's better. So I think I'll probably do that. And I'm thinking I'll probably bake it in the morning so that it'll be nice and warm by the time we get to it.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, feel free to get a flyer. There's a bunch of them in the back. We are having a clothing drive. We did this last year, and we got quite a few items of clothing. And my friends over at Compassion Ministries, they help the homeless with charity, giving out clothes and food. And so last year, the clothes that we gathered actually went to the homeless in Santa Cruz.
Any type of clothing?
Well, because it's winter time, I don't think like a bikini or something like that would be appropriate. But and blankets too. They will take blankets too. And in fact, I have a bathrobe, a fairly nice one, and I'm not going to be wearing it. So I'll ask them if they'll take that too. So we'll see.
Shoes?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. It's going to be harder because people have to try them on to fit them, but they'll take care of that at the other end. So yeah, I think it would work. Shoes will work. I just submitted paperwork today to the office that we're extending the rental of this place for another 6 months. They need a 6-month schedule of every Sunday that we're going to be doing it. So I gave that to them today. So we're going for another 6 months. So we'll still be here, room 7. And one other thing I thought was rather interesting. I sent a friend an email about our YouTube. He's like, hey, we got a YouTube site. Go ahead and check it out. And I gave him the little search thing to find our church with. And he sent an email back. Says, it didn't work. I couldn't find it. It's like, oh, what are you talking about? So I typed it up. I couldn't find it either. I'm like, what the heck? So then I tried Living in Light Church. I still couldn't find it. It took me an hour to figure out what was going on. We have a little search word that we use in order to find our channel, our YouTube channel, and it's at LIL Church. Well, that doesn't work anymore. Now it has to be at LIL.church, and then that takes it right to us. So I thought we were gone. I thought the channel was deleted, and when I finally tried that, whoop, there it was. Like, oh, okay. So if you're looking to find us and you can't find us, it's the @ LIL.church, and it'll take right to us. So I'd like to make sure that in the next email that I send out to everybody, that's cleared up. So, okay. We're going to move on to billet readings, because today is billet. This is the 3rd Sunday, and so we're going to be doing billets. I see there's a bunch of pieces of paper up here. For people that don't know, this is where you write down a question on a piece of paper, fold it up a couple times, and then put a unique symbol that you can identify it by. That way when we pick it up, We don't know who we're reading for, but by identifying that symbol, you know that it's for you. Thank you. So it looks like we have about 11 of them. So, Lynn, do you want to read some? Okay. I will go first. I'll read about 3 of them, and we'll take it from there. And I imagine, Sandy, you'll want to participate? Is that right? Okay. And Avery, you want to participate?
Oh, yeah, I'll
Okay.
do a few.
Okay. I immediately see this one because it's got part of a flower from the original paper that I actually cut up. But there's a star on here with little lines coming out, make the star nice and shiny. So I'm going to do that one first. I'm getting a lot of sprinkles, a lot of like glitter, like somebody dropping glitter and it's falling out of the sky, but it's all this glittering kind of stuff that catches the light. It's this way and that way, so I'm getting all this all around, all this glittering, like almost like little glints of light that's just popping on and off all around. And now I'm getting condiments, pepper and salt. As soon as I got salt, I felt like a caution, like you're intaking too much salt. You need to cut back on the salt. I thought it was interesting how we got to this point. But as soon as I saw the salt, I was like, you need to cut back on your salt intake. It's not good for you. That just came out. That's what I was feeling. And I'm trying to move away from the salt now. We're going into winter now, but I'm still getting a beach scene, getting out into nature. You can put on a coat and get out into nature and still appreciate it, still smell the fresh air after good rain. You need to get out more. This is what I'm getting. It's like, and not just anywhere, not into a building, not into a store, but out into nature to help recharge your battery, so to speak. So this is being encouraged from the other side. So don't take as much salt. Get out, take a fresh air, go to a park or somewhere like that. Well, as soon as I read this, I thought, of course, we all heal. It'll take a little bit of time, but yeah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. She'll heal fine. I can visualize scarring tissues. That must be on the inside. But we all have some kind of scar tissue, but we just keep going just fine. So that's the answer to this. It's like just a little time, a little patience. Okay, this one's kind of open, so I better look at this. This just has a check mark. Let's see how we do it. Yeah, this way. It's like just a little check mark. I didn't read what was in there. I just saw that there were words on there. And that check mark is really sticking to my head because now I see a box with a check mark on it, checking things off. And I see a whole list of to-do items. Check, 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 check. A lot of checking off of items. Like going grocery shopping, checking off a lot of items. I see like a grocery list. We're checking off, but as we get towards the bottom, we're getting away from grocery shopping, and it's more like honey-do list, checking that off. But then there's even more after that. So it's a whole number of things that need to be checked off, that need to be done. Checking off health, mental health, physical health, going to the doctor, all those kinds of, all the things that we do in life, all those things need to be checked off. But the things toward the bottom, I'm seeing more check marks. Like there's 3 boxes. You need to check all 3 boxes. So things at the top, like getting eggs, just check it off, you get eggs. Down at the bottom, we're putting more emphasis on the things that are more important that need to be done, like going to see the doctor. So I'm seeing 3 checks for that. Taking care of finances, 3 checks for that. So those are more important right now. I see a wall between you and these people, and it's like it's made out of foam. It's like somebody has a can of spray foam, and almost like shaving cream, and it solidifies. It's making this wall that needs to be punched through. There's this wall, so you can't see these people, but I also see people punching at it and pieces of it coming out. So it's going to take some work in order for them to eventually get through to you. So don't expect it to be right away. This is something that's going to take some time. That wall needs to be whittled away at. What I think is interesting is it's the people on the other side that are whittling through on their side, and the side that you're at is staying stable, which I thought was interesting, because I would think it would be the other way. I would think you'd want to chisel at it to get through to them. But it's going to take some time. There's some work that needs to be done, and it looks like it's on their end. So that's the message. Okay, one more for me. Oh, I'll take this one. I see a B. Oh, it is a B. There's a B, just a B. I keep seeing that B, and it's turning. And it's turned into rope. It's like rope in the shape of a bee. And it becomes unraveled, and now it can be whipped. It can be used as like a whip. The rope is rather thick. It's rather sturdy. In fact, now as I'm talking, it's getting thicker and thicker. Now it's harder to manage. This rope is like you can't just flick it anymore. It's almost like a line for a ship to keep a ship moored up when it's docking. A big, thick rope. And it kind of pulls tight, and it's starting to unravel. So tension is being applied to it. It's starting to unravel now. When the line gets pulled up really tight, it'll start breaking apart, and you can hear it singing as it's starting to unravel. So this is what I'm getting. But it hasn't broken. It hasn't broken. The ship has drifted away, pulled it, taut it, it's starting to break, but then the ship comes back, and now it's starting to get loose again. So this line is being tested. It's starting to break, but it hasn't broken, so it's staying intact. So there's something in your life that's being tested to its limits, but it's holding. It's holding your belief. It's holding. I'm asking for spirits to come forward. This person isn't ready to communicate yet. I'm getting hesitancy, like this person needs to go through a little bit of training on the other side before they can do this. So it may come in the form of a dream, but we're going to have to wait a while. This person's not ready. They still have to go through the things that they have to do on the other side to get prepared. So there's going to be that hesitancy for a while before this can happen. It may come through as a dream. But all things work out in the end. So you'll just have to be patient. That's the message. Okay, I am done. Avery, since you're up here, would you like to give 3
Sure.
messages? Okay.
Well, hello, family. How's everybody doing? Okay, so this is a circle. Looks like a circle with a, I can't tell if this is like an S or a 5. So I'm going to just say it's a circle with an S. Okay, I feel like I'm in a park. I'm feeling like I'm in a park. There's this beautiful, tall little tree. It's very tall, very thick. This tree is very tall, green. And there's a lot of wind blowing with this tree, and it's blowing back and forth, blowing straight into your face. And it's like I'm getting a breeze. And what I'm getting from this is, it's more like sit back and relax, because you've been feeling a lot of anxiety, but now is the time for you to sit back and relax and just take some weight off of your shoulders, because there's been a lot on your shoulder. There's been a lot that you've been carrying. And who comes through in this message is a man. There is a man that comes through, and I can't tell the relationship with this man. But he is probably about 5'6", 5'7", blondish hair, and it's a little bit long, goes down to the shoulders. He has this very beautiful smile, blue eyes. And he says, just relax. And he's nodding his head yes. He is nodding his head yes. And he is saying that everything is okay. And with that, I will look and see what this billet has to say. And as I read this, the answer is yes. This is coming from a spirit guide. You just need to meditate a little bit more, and you're getting better and better at this. Things will come about. We're gonna be, okay. Yeah. Let's see what we have here. Oh, wow, beautiful flower. Okay, I love it. Flower. It looks like it's just a flower. Okay. So it feels like this person has been through a little bit of a storm of some sort, because you're in a boat and you're in this it's not like a lake. It's more like you've been on like the river, and then it's been very stormy, and the boat has been going up and down and up and down and up and down, and the lightning has been going all over the place, and rain is going really, really heavy. And you're just holding on for dear life. And then now the clouds have passed. Those dark black clouds have passed. The sun has come out. It's shining. You're starting to dry up. The water is nice and smooth. And that boat has stopped rocking heavily. And you can see for miles and miles and miles. And I want to say that everything is well. And the word that just comes to me is just trust, and just flow. Let it flow. Let's go with the flow. Love and blessings, and God bless you. Everything's going to be okay. Good transitions. Thank you very much.
Maybe you should do one more because I don't know if Lynn's going to come back in time.
Okay.
I will do one more.
It's the identifier.
What's that?
The identifier.
What's on the paper?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. This one looks like it looks like a heart, but it's also got like two. It looks like a heart, but it's also got smiley face on it and hair on the top. Really cute. Really, really adorable. Ah. Oh wow. What I see is actually the heart. And to me, the heart is actually beating really, really fast. It's beating really fast. To me, it's resembling a lot of anxiety, and the anxiety seems as if you feel like you're not trusting. This person is not really trusting in, but it's not like you're not trusting, but it's like half you're trusting, half you're not. You're having a little bit of fears. And I'm getting that this person needs to just kind of step back. I also see a bunch of swords that have been just thrown in and just poking you all over the place. And that's where all this trust and hurt has come. And what I'm getting is these angels that are taking these swords out, and they're placing their hands on you and healing those pains and healing those emotions. And they're saying it will work, but you have to allow it to work. And you just have to trust. And you have to step back, step outside of yourself. Work on you as well. And everything's going to be okay. And they're just giving you a lot of love. There's a lot of beautiful colors they're showing. They're showing me a lot of beautiful colors. One is like lightish green. One is like, as I opened my eyes, I forgot that color. I'm so sorry. But it was all beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. I love them. They're like healing colors. White. And they're saying that the answer to your question, and I feel like it's a question, and the answer to the question is yes. And I think that the dog answered your question too. Did you answer the question, Angel? Okay. I guess Angel answered the question. Okay, let's see.
Sandy, would you like to come up?
It's okay.
And
I don't mind.
Spirit Guide says yes. And I'm going to leave it with that. Okay. Thank you.
Which one's
Picky.
I have this, and it has a heart on it, only a heart. As I come into this rate of vibration, The one thing that as I picked it up, the one thing that I was seeing was that it was sort of like in one of the tarot cards, you see the heart and one of the arrows is going through it, that it's not really a whole heart, that it's been pierced, that something has been has broken this person's heart. And this, from what I'm seeing, this is not a recent event. It is something that happened a while ago. But this person still is carrying this heart, this hurt in their heart. I would, as a healer, I would like to pull this heart, this arrow out, but this person's going to have to learn how to do that themselves, because once you let your heart get hurt, you become very standoffish and you don't want to be hurt again. It's a learning experience to learn how to love again and to feel comfortable, not just with yourself, but with other people. I'm seeing a car in this rating. I'm seeing a car with this person, and it's driving on the city streets, and it's night, and the car is a car. It's a really dark car. To me, this is a symbol that you're driving. Where you're going right now, it's dark and you're not really sure of where you're going, and to be careful in the darkness. As I say, the sun will come up. It will come up for you, but I want to go into a January with this when you'll feel more directed in which way to go. And also be very careful. Someone may be entering your path. So watch where you're going, but be happy. Be happy. That's what you need to help yourself. And I'm going to read this. As I come in to answer this question, I am seeing lines going all over the United States, going into various directions. And most of them are not on this coast. They are going to the East Coast. They're going around like this. They're not staying here. I would ask your spirit guides who work with directions and who work with this people to work with this person that they have to call, do something, write a letter. Well, this time I'm getting a star and a quarter. I guess that's a quarter moon. As I come into this radiant vibration, I feel like I want to laugh. That this person, there's a situation around this person that they're feeling tense and upset about. But what they really should be doing is laughing, because if you really sit down and think about it, it's stupid. It's not you, it's other people, it's stupid. There's a lady here who comes very close. She's about yo tall, and she comes on the father's side of the house, and I feel she is a grandmotherly rate of vibration. And she's just saying, in one ear and out the other, that will be the best thing to do. I question? Well, I think the lady is here. She just appeared. So she's here and she loves you very much. And she had a sense of humor, so please keep your sense of humor. How many?
How many do we have left?
3.
3, okay. You do one, and Lynn, are you available?
Yeah.
Okay, she'll finish.
Lynn can do, I don't know if this is a message.
I saw somebody fold it up. So
What?
Yeah, that's a
But then it'll be 2 apiece. Wow, somebody really likes to fold things. And they really wanted to make sure that we didn't read this.
They wanted to test our mediumship abilities.
Yes. I would say they also, from the looks of this, they have a very neat house. Because everything is really good like this. Okay.
They're a minimalist.
That is Reverend Steve.
Oh.
But that's another person. You have everything so wrapped up, so tight, that, you're afraid to unfold and expose yourself. It doesn't matter. You are a very strong person, and stop folding yourself. Stop holding back. You're just hurting yourself by putting all of these shields in front of you and staying away from people. I think you might be a little shy at times, but it's time for you to move forward. Continue moving forward. It is now time. What are you waiting for? A new year is coming, and it's time for a new you. And don't make any, what do they call it, New Year's resolutions, because they say they are gone by the first or second week of the new year. Your resolution is every day, I'm going to be the best person that I can. I'm going to put my foot forward. I'm going to meet people. I am going to be happy. And if you say this every day, you'll be happy. As much as we can on this earth plane, but you'll be happy. Well, I think I answered this question, and I have one more to go. Or Lynn, why don't you do you want to take over?
Okay. Thank you, Sandy. Okay. So I have a flower with 2 X's. This feels like a person who's very warm and warm person. And this person has guides on the other side too, who are of feminine guides known to her. And they're like stepping stones. One is closer and one is a little farther away. And that warmth seems to have come through this line, through these guides, to you. Very hopeful person. You really hold a good thought for the best, and all the time, even when life presents challenges and you don't dwell on them too much, and you have a hopeful, tender heart. And they're showing all the way between now and spring of next year. Spirit is saying that lots of flowers will be growing in your garden, and some of your heart's desires will really finally come true. And that's what I feel about that. Let's see how to answer that. I would say it must be being fixed as we speak, because I feel that there'll be more and more light around you, given to you by Spirit and your own good deeds to bring into your life that fulfillment. So I think that it's fixed in His way. Thank you. I see a small heart with a little cross in it, a line that crosses the two halves of the heart. I feel like an unselfish person. They're showing me who doesn't think often of themselves, but they have the need in their own heart, and yet they think so often of the hearts of others. They are very strongly spirited, guided. I get the Christ light around this person. They have a past lifetime, even with the soul that we think of as Jesus, but it may be a different lifetime. And this is a person who's very humble, brings compassion to others, and doesn't think a lot for themselves. But it's time to look back at some things in life and allow your own hurts, hopes to kind of process through you, because you are as important as anyone whom you are often balancing, holding light for, holding patience for. And to expect there are some early events that created a need for emotional healing, and I see a blue-green coming in to help you emotionally as you help others. The answer to this is the word compassion. Last but not least, this is a sun pattern with what looks like a letter A. I'm not looking at that. Stars of what? Okay. But I do a lot of with my daughter. I'm getting a little distracted. Okay, so let's see. I do feel a lot of light around the person, but I feel a masculine guidance, again, quite high up. Not just someone known to that person in their lifetime, but somebody strong and powerful in the ages, and spirit bringing in, almost like a connection to an archangel. And I feel that this person is being pulled by this strong influence to be on the correct path for the person. So I saw half of it. I've got to look at the rest now because I'm going to half answer. Okay. That is it's almost like you can't not go where you're intended to go because of the pull of this very strong being that you have been with in other lives, who is pulling you because you're needed now very strongly. So thank you. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. It looked like there was something in here. It's a pen. Okay. So, thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everybody, for giving messages. Before I close the service, there's probably a couple more things I wanted to mention about the announcements during the announcement part. Our next service is going to be on December 5th. So that'll be the first time in December. I didn't say that before. And I'm going to be the one that's talking, and I like the talk I'm giving because it has a real nice, intriguing title, The Near Death of Christmas. We almost didn't have Christmas. The Christmas that we're celebrating now, that almost didn't happen. So be sure to come in 2 weeks to hear that one. Yes? Yeah, I did do the announcements earlier, but I forgot to include what I just said as part of the announcement. Oh, yeah, do you have an announcement?
Yesterday I worked in Arts and Crafts Fair at San Andreas Regional Center, and they provide the funds for group homes and schools for people like my daughter. And in the holidays, I bring small postcard-like art in a little shoebox, and I will a couple times during the holidays. And if someone's interested in those for stocking stuffer, there's a nominal fee, part of which goes to make a Christmas at the school. So
Oh.
I just have that little shoebox.
Yeah.
And I'll be bringing it by the books.
I think I remember you did that last year, didn't you?
If
Yeah.
you find something you enjoy,
Yeah.
you ask me and I'll explain it better.
I just saw a cat walk by and I thought, uh-oh, Angel. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So I'd like to close the service with the benediction, and I'm going to use one of my own. Though this service now ends, we carry our spiritual truth with us each day. As we go about our daily lives, we are reminded that our spirit guides attend to us. We are reminded that each lesson that we learn is for our spiritual growth. We are part of the divine heritage of the infinite. Our mission is clear. Be true to ourselves, share our truth in kindness with others, and this is all that we need do. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And be sure to take something to drink with you if you'd like. We have bottled water as well. Feel free to take one of those with you if you'd like. And thank you for coming.